got some news regarding Real Madrid fans. You guys have a new manager. Well, kind of new, okay? You guys definitely heard of this guy. His name is Carlo Ancelotti. He's returning to the Real Madrid team as the manager, replacing his, at the time, last time he was managing Real Madrid, his assistant, Zinedine Zidane. Obviously, we talked about that. I'll put that in the description below that video. But he is rejoining Real Madrid, Nate, and this is some big news. He has a few quotes on this. I'm not going to read all of them because there are a lot of quotes here, but I'll just read the ones I feel like matter the most. He said, and I quote, "I saw the president earlier. We spoke for a little while. It was all very fast. We haven't had time to talk. We'll start to work in the next few days. I just think the president being here is very important to me. I think the squad is very good. There's a mix of players with experience: Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, Ramos, Bale, Karim Benzema, and young players with quality like Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Federico, and Valverde. The squad is big. We'll have to reduce it a bit. I think with this squad, we can compete. With this squad and without the players out on loan like Bale, Martin, Odegaard, Danny Cabellos, Madrid got to the Champions League semifinals and fought for the league." And he also said, "I just arrived. I have to talk with the club about all that. I never imagined a Real Madrid without Ancelotti, and it happened. We all have to accept it. I know all the players well. It's good to return and work with them, and Sergio Ramos is one of them." And yeah, Nate, basically the reason why he mentioned like Sergio Ramos out of all of them is because there are a little bit of talks about Sergio Ramos being departed from the team, because he did say that he had zero doubts about returning to Real Madrid, and he hinted that he may have accepted the departure of captain Sergio Ramos, saying, "I never imagined a Real Madrid without Ancelotti," and it happened. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen with that and Sergio Ramos, but regardless, I'll start off with this first name. But before I start off, I just want to say the source for this article was Alex Kirkland, ESPN FC. So let me start off with this first. First of all, congratulations to Carlo Ancelotti on rejoining Real Madrid. Yeah, Nate. So before he came back to Real Madrid, Nate, he he had a couple stints with a couple other teams now, or a few other teams. He coached Bayern Munich, Napoli, and Everton, and he took Everton to 12th and 10th place finishes before agreeing to return to Madrid. Look, I'm kind of a little bit questionable about this return, okay? And the reason why is because Real Madrid, again, they let him go before. Okay. They ended up hiring Zinedine Zidane, and Zinedine Zidane done great things. Here's what I find so interesting about this, and you don't see this a lot, Nate. Okay. When in sports, do you hear about a coach, right, who gets fired, their assistant takes over, does a great job, resigns from the team, and then the head coach that was before him comes back? When do you hear about that type of stuff? You don't hear about it a lot. Like, I can't even recall an instance where that happened. But you know what's so funny? Zinedine Zidane has had such an impact on this team that now Ancelotti has to fill his shoes. When Zinedine Zidane worked for him, that's what I find so hilarious, Nate. And with Real Madrid in his first stint with Real Madrid, he did have a lot of success, Nate. In his first stint, he won the Champions League, the Copa del Rey, as well as the UEFA Super Cup and the FIFA Club World Cup. And that was before being fired in 2015. So he did have a lot of success with Real Madrid. And Real Madrid is a very, very talented team. However, he had stints at Bayern Munich, at Napoli, and at Everton. And honestly, he didn't show a lot. So again, I'm kind of hesitant about this hiring. I understand that he was the successor to Zinedine Zidane, or he was the guy that was before Zinedine Zidane. But Zinedine Zidane has done so much for this team, Nate, that he's going to have to fill those shoes of Zinedine Zidane. And it's weird for me to say that because Zinedine Zidane worked for him. You understand what I'm saying? So again, I do wish him the best of luck. I wish Real Madrid the best of luck because they got a very, very talented team, Nate. Very talented. You know, you think about Sergio Ramos, Bale, Marcelos, Benzema. They got a very, very talented team, you know, and even like a few years ago when they had Ronaldo, it was a very, very talented team, that Real Madrid team. And with that team and those players, they can definitely go back to having a lot of success. And if they do, Ancelotti can be staying there for a long time. But Ancelotti, again, he cannot be coaching like he did the past few teams, you know? He has to go back to coaching the way he did with Real Madrid in the original stint. Except the only difference is I don't want to see him get fired again, you know? But with that being said, I do wish Carlo Ancelotti the best of luck with Real Madrid. Obviously, Real Madrid, they're one of the most prestigious franchises, not just in soccer, but in sports in general. So I do wish Real Madrid the best of luck with Carlo Ancelotti. And we'll see how this turns out, Nate.
Yeah, I do wish Carlo Ancelotti the best of luck as well with Real Madrid. I'm skeptical as well for a different reason. Usually, I'm not really too like I'm usually skeptical whenever someone worked for a franchise before and then they come back again. Same deal with players. You know, they play for a franchise, they leave and they come back again. Usually I'm very, very skeptical about that because usually some players they'll come back because they were younger and then they left the team, then they come back at an older age, they become a liability. Same not the same deal with front office executives and coaches because they play a different role, you know, but again, I'm a little bit skeptical because of what you mentioned. You know, he hasn't really been doing good as a coach for the last few teams. But also, I'm just overall, when it comes to someone that worked with a franchise, they leave and then they come back. I'm usually very skeptical about that. There was a reason why you were fired in the first place, only for you to come back. You know, like that always makes me a skeptic. But hey, maybe he can prove the skeptic wrong and actually do well with the team. You know, like you said, it's a very pristine franchise. So he has a chance of making a new legacy here at Real Madrid and filling in the shoes of his former assistant. You know, which is very, you know, like you said, it's very, very weird to say, but you know, he
Right.
does have a lot of shoe to fill. And I do wish him the best of luck with that. Same thing with Real Madrid, Mario. I do wish him the best of luck with their new coach, and we'll see what happens, Mario.